Minot's Rock Station, 105.3 The Fox. Last Friday, we had the fellas from Fully Loaded Wrestling pick your spot title shot in. And I'm telling you, when we gave away tickets, the phones wouldn't stop for like hours. Jared and a special guest, Macen Mayham's here. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Now tell us, you spent some time as a Marine.
Absolutely. I was an officer in the United States Marine Corps for 6 years.
Macen Mayham recently won the Outlaw title in Fargo. Who did you defeat in that?
I defeated Dynamite Soul Eric Walker, who's the current champion, and we had a heck of a match, but in the end, I made him tap out.
Okay, after the match, is he walking now, or what is he doing? Is he like selling pencils on the side of a street corner somewhere, or is he still around?
He is still around. I do show a little bit of mercy, but not that much.
Tell us, Macen, about the Wounded Warrior Project.
Well, the Wounded Warrior Project is a foundation. It's a charity for disabled veterans, and it's something that's near and dear to me.
You were able to raise $500 for the WWP. Because of that, now you're a preferred... They're sponsoring you guys with this, right?
Correct. We'll have some free stuff for giveaway at the October 16th and 17th show. We did a 50-50 raffle in Fargo that raised the majority of that money that we gave to them, and we're doing that same raffle again. So hopefully, maybe Minot, we can raise even more.
These guys are athletes. They perform in the ring, but they also perform outside of the ring as far as charity, and I love it. Why don't you let me know a little bit about Eric Walker? Well, are you gentlemen ever going to get together and have a cup of coffee?
Eric Walker and I are definitely not friends.
Oh. Now, if I had him come in the next couple of seconds for a little bit of a surprise little thing, how would the reaction be from you? It's not going to happen. I'm just teasing.
The way that he won his title, in my eyes, was disrespectful to the title and to this industry. We've had our words, and if he does come in...
Oh, boy. Don't worry, I won't set it up, I promise.
I'd bail. I already got shut down.
I know, Jared. Jared is the brainchild behind this whole event. You can all thank him when you see him. Thank him for bringing wrestling to Minot. When you were in the Marines, we all know the discipline that it takes. When did the light bulb go off in your head you wanted to be a wrestler?
I've always wanted to be a wrestler since I was little. It's always been a passion of mine. The training that I received in the Marines once I got out definitely helped me progress to where I am now in the professional wrestling industry.
What wrestler growing up inspired you? I know that every athlete usually has one.
There's only one answer for that, and that's got to be Sergeant Slaughter. He was big in the 90s when I was growing up watching wrestling. He had an action figure. He was on the G.I. Joe cartoon. He was the world champion for a while. Everything that I ever wanted to do in the wrestling business was because of him. The
big draw for this event is TNA superstar Robbie E. Have you ever met him?
I have not met him, but I am definitely looking forward to. He is in a number one contenders match for my Outlaw title, so it'll either be him or Rob James that I face second night.
You're from Minot.
That's correct, yes.
When did you start wrestling?
I started wrestling about 6 years ago.
How much of an effect do you have on the youngsters out there? Do you see the sparkle in their eyes when they see you walking around the ring?
Absolutely. That's one of the main reasons why I got into this. It's to set a good example for the youth that's coming up, to show them that there are still good guys out there and that the good guys do win.
And listening to us, and if you're curious if you can bring your kids to this event next month, you can, right, Jared?
We do say use a little discretion, especially with a six-man ladder match the second night can get kind of violent. So,
and the tickets are cheap. Ringside's $15, general admission only $10. And we talked about this last week. Alcohol is actually on sale there.
Correct. Seven's Restaurant provides concessions, so you can get food, soda, and booze if you want.
And this isn't just a sport for men, but women. A lot of them go to these events, and they're big fans. You were telling me one of your other big inspirations.
Yeah, that would be Lady Mayhem herself, my mother.
Oh, that's
to
wonderful.
Every one of my shows.
Now, Fully Loaded Wrestling has been and still is in Minot. I mean, this isn't a first for you.
No, we were here for our first event, March 20th and 21st, Rise. We had our tournament for the heavyweight title, and then since then we've been around the state, but we've come back to Minot in October. So
this Wounded Warrior Project is really an amazing thing you're doing.
If you go to our Facebook page, we have a link to where you can donate to the Wounded Warrior Project in Fully Loaded Wrestling's name, and your name will come up as well when you donate. So we're trying to raise $1,000, and on top of the 50-50 raffle that we're doing to help out the Wounded Warrior Project, because it means a lot to Aaron and I to give back to the people who have given so much for this country. It's the least we can do.
Macen, to defend your title as the Outlaw title, you look like you're in tremendous shape. How often do you train a day? How many hours? How many minutes? Hours and minutes?
Well, usually anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day. I do a lot of stuff. I do plate workouts. I do a little bit of yoga. I train in Hapkido with the guys over at the Golden Dragon Gym. They do good work over there.
Mean Marine Macen Mayham here in the studio for one solid reason. Bringing back wrestling big time to Minot next month at the Vegas Motel. Fully Loaded Wrestling. Pick your spot title shot. You go on out, you bring your whole family, and you are going to see a match that's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be against Darren Corbin, the heavyweight champion. I tell you, there are a lot of people that can't wait for you guys to be here. I know because I've been sneak peeking on your Facebook, Jared, and watching all the fans writing in, letting you know how eager they are that they're going to be there on the 16th and 17th. Macen, tell me why you love wrestling so much.
For me, it's all about my fans. To being able to go out there, put on a show for them. For the 10 minutes that I'm out there, that little kid in the first row, all his worries, all his troubles, everything are out the window. And it's me, and it's him, and we're going to win.
And that's why they're coming to Minot next month, the 16th, 17th, Vegas Motel. Exciting wrestling action. Fully Loaded Wrestling. Pick your spot title shot. Thanks, fellas. I'm Bromo on Minot's Rock Station 105.3, The Fox.